Good morning from the farmer's garden. I'm one of the farmers and I'm heading out to check some seeds that we've replanted in the garden. So these seeds went in the ground a little over a week ago, I believe. And we're going to check and see how they're doing. I can't remember exactly what day they went in. It might be getting close to 2 weeks now. So we've replanted cucumbers and squash and zucchini. The zucchini only went in a couple days ago, so maybe it's up by now. And then we've got radishes in the ground as well. So I'm going to turn this around for you to look. All right, here's the cucumbers. And I did have a video of me planting this. You'll recall that I do it along this trellis to get them climbing so that they're a little easier to pick. So they're up all through here. We do have irrigation turned off right now. To irrigate the garden is close to $200 using city water, which is what we have access to. We do have a well on the property and we hope to get it up and running for next year. But for this year, we're just going to pray for rain for some fall stuff, because obviously $200 is a lot and we need to make sure that we'll be selling it before we can put quite that much into it. So these are all the little squashes. There's another little baby squash that's a few days behind. Looking good out here. Oh, something got this one. All right, so this leaf is missing and there's bite marks on this one. I am guessing that this was a mouse or rabbit, but I don't know that for sure. This one's looking good. So it's obviously going to be a little bit before these are making squash. I posted on Facebook. I did not get it posted on here, but I posted on Facebook the other day that our other squash and zucchini had to be pulled. The webworms got into them, and I'll go over there in a minute. There's a few left, and we'll see if I can show you those webworms. I'm looking for zucchini now, and I'm not seeing any, but like I say, these went in the ground later, so we'll have to see. If somebody sees one, comment and tell me, hey, you missed one. I don't think they're up yet. I believe these went out, what's today? Today's Tuesday. I think these went in the ground Saturday. All right, radishes. These will be ready, not for this week's market, but possibly beginning next week's market. We'll have to see. So these are the white icicle radishes. These get yay long and they're white. We'll let those get enough size on them before we pick them, obviously. And then starting over here, these are called gumball mix, and these will be different colors together. It is looking like we'll need to turn irrigation on for a little bit in the next few days. This was spinach. Spinach is super picky about temperature, and I don't think it liked the temperature at all. These were also older seeds, so that could be affecting our stand as well. All right, now we're looking at that zucchini I told you about, and there's not much here to see. There's a few of the worms left. Oh, it's glaring. I can't even see my screen good. There's one worm. You can see this zucchini. They peeled it, and they have eaten through the end of it. Over here, there is a ton of basically worm poop, and we've got a ton of the little chrysalises. Okay, so with all those chrysalises off in there, Brandon will spray these again and see if we can prevent those from hatching out as butterflies that will lay more. See, there's another one that will lay more on the next round of zucchini. All right, so this is actually looking, it looks awful, but I'm gonna see if I can include just a picture that I took the other day in this video, because these looked so bad the other day. They were covered in worms, just crawling. It was gross. There's some more of those cocoons. My shadow's in the way. So yeah, we pulled a lot of them and took them straight to the chickens for the chickens to do their job. I've told you before that I wish that we could just have chickens in the garden, because they don't do nearly as much damage to the vegetables as they do to the eggs. So they're really very handy to have in here. All right, so these 2 rows used to be watermelon and spaghetti squash. We do have watermelon for the market on Saturday, but the rest of it has been plowed up. We have cherry tomatoes making. Won't be ready for this week, but they're coming. So you remember we pruned them all the way back nearly to the ground. These are some that did go all the way to the ground, and they're looking good. These are actually some that we transplanted from the chicken pen. They sprouted from the waste tomatoes that we had thrown out, and so we transplanted them up here. Looking good. So it'll be a few more weeks before we have tomatoes, but they're coming. They're coming, hopefully. So just a quick update on how the garden is doing right now. Nothing overly exciting except those radishes are looking good. We still have lots of eggplant. We still have lots of shelled peas. These peas up here, I may run through them one more time, but for the most part, these peas up here are done. We have a little bit more back there that are ready, and more coming. There's 10 rows planted that aren't even to blooming stage yet, so they're coming before frost. But that's an update on the garden. I hope you enjoyed your visit to the farm. Hope you learned something. Be sure and tell your friends about us, share the page, and come back when you can stay longer.